In this module, we will learn the inputs, tools and techniques, and outputs of the Plan Risk Management process. Plan risk management is the process of deciding how potential risks will be identified, analyzed, responded to, and controlled. It is the process to create the risk management plan. There are three key inputs to the plan risk management process. Since risk management must be well integrated with other aspects of project management, the project management plan is an input, as it will help to provide insight as to how other aspects of the project will be managed. Important components include the scope baseline, which represents the approved plan of work, and subsidiary plans such as the schedule, cost, and change management plans, which will also strongly influence risk management. The project charter is an input, as it may have captured some high-level risks that were known during the initiation of the project. The stakeholder register is a list of identified stakeholders and details about each, such as their interest in the project, involvement, and ways that they may affect or influence the project. This may provide useful insight to stakeholder tolerances for project uncertainty. Two additional inputs include enterprise environmental factors and organizational process assets. Enterprise environmental factors can be a major input to defining the management approach, particularly government standards, stakeholder culture, and the organization's existing infrastructure and tools. Understanding the project environment will be especially important throughout the risk management processes. Organizational process assets may contribute a risk management plan template and lessons learned. There are three tools and techniques defined by the PMBOK guide for the plan risk management process. Stakeholder analysis can be used to define the high level of context for risk management in the project, including the overall risk exposure of the project and stakeholder attitudes for uncertainty or risk. Expert judgment is used to describe the experience and expertise that the project management team, consultants, or other project stakeholders may bring to the planning of risk management, as well as the collaboration that must take place among these stakeholders. Meetings is the interaction of the project manager, project team members, and project stakeholders to develop the project-specific risk management approach. There is one sole output of the plan risk management process. The risk management plan is a subsidiary plan to the project management plan, defining how risk identification, risk analysis, risk response planning, and risk monitoring and controlling will be performed. Some of these topics may be addressed. An organizational or proprietary methodology that will be used for managing risk, a definition of various roles and responsibilities for risk management. Generally, all stakeholders should share some level of involvement in project risk if they have a stake in the project. Certain project team members may be tasked with playing a bigger role, such as being a risk owner. The budgeting and timing of managing risk may include budgeted contingency and management reserves, and the planned iteration of repeating the risk processes. A set of definitions that the team will use to ensure they are sharing the same meaning for risk vocabulary. This can be important as team members can often get confused by the many terms that exist in the domain of risk management. Risk categories can also be defined for the team, such as low, medium, high, or perhaps a set of more complex categories. The risk management plan could begin to define how probability and impact will be scored during the analysis process and even include a template for a probability and impact matrix. It is also useful to document the tolerances stakeholders will have for project risk. Some stakeholders may be risk tolerant, accepting project risk, while others may be risk averse. Also, their tolerances may vary for uncertainty in different project objectives, such as schedule versus cost. Finally, the risk management plan should describe how risk will be documented, tracked, and reported throughout the project lifecycle. Plan risk management is the process of deciding how potential risks will be identified, analyzed, responded to, and controlled. It is the process to create the risk management plan. It is important to understand the difference between the risk management plan, how to plan and manage project uncertainty, and the risk register, a list of identified project risks.